Welcome back, viewers. Today I'm going to be taking a look at and reviewing the R9 V2 wheelbase from Moza Racing. Huge thanks to Moza for sending this to me to review. There's no conditions or requirements for me to say anything, just my own personal experience, observations and opinions. Before we kick off, if you could take a quick second to drop kick the like button on this video, as it's a super easy way to support the channel, and if you're not already subscribed, consider doing so, as I'd love to see you around. So let's jump into it. Moza is a very fast moving company in the sim world and has been making waves with some evergreen products that have been well received by the community, and they look like they are here to stay. Due to how fast they are moving, I assume reviews like these are important, as it's good for them to know what we like and what we may not like about their products, and it helps to push them in the right direction and to keep doing great things in the market. The price of this unit on Moza Racing's website is currently €439, reduced from €469. Nice. This is a decent quality wheelbase at a more than reasonable price, so huge props there. Its competitors in the market would be SimMagic, having the Alpha Mini coming in at approximately €600 here in the European sites, or $539 on their website before taxes and shipping are applied, and the Fanatec CSL DD 8N at €440 on their own website. As far as we can see as performance goes and straight torque measurements compared with these other guys, this is a slap down the middle option. Absolutely blowing Fanatec's prices out of the water, and also having a clear intention of letting their competitors know, hey, we're here. And by the looks of it, they're here to stay. When I received this from Moza, the packaging was impeccable. Even came with the plastic corner protectors for the box, which I thought was a great touch. It was packed in heavy duty foam, cut to fit, again wrapped in Moza fabric bags, so 10 out of 10 for packaging. It came with all the cables needed, including the USB, 180 watt power brick and the lead, as well as some mounting screws. I will say that the power supply, lead and brick are over 2 meters long, which gives plenty of length to route it through your rig and keep things nice and tidy. Nice touch, Moza. This wheelbase has a small footprint and at a very small size, but while packing a good punch. Compared to the CSL DD, this is almost, 40% less the size, giving you a lot more options of where you want to mount your monitor, if you want to pull your monitor over the base, halfway over, stuff like that. Really handy to have such a powerful wheel at such a small form factor. You can mount this onto a desk using a Moza desk mount, and speaking of mounting, there are 4 M6 screw holes on the bottom and 4 M6 screw holes on the front, so your direct mounting solutions are limited to just the front and bottom. Personally, I'd love to see some side mounting options, but given how fast Moza is moving, I'm sure it's on the cards, so we could probably expect that soon. But should you still need a side mounting solution, Moza do offer a bracket which attaches to the bottom and giving you side mounting holes, so options are still open there. There's also 2 small threaded holes on top should you wish to attach the Moza dashboard. The quick release featured on this wheel is based off the real life NRG quick release and is identical to the quick release on the SimMagic wheelbases. These are 2 quality, super sturdy, bomb-proof quick releases, so amazing stuff from Moza there. With the base giving power to your wheel via the contact patches on the front, and it uses a Bluetooth pairing system with a little kind of receiver in the wheel and a transponder in the base, so this allows the wheel and the base to communicate. So there's no cables, there's no nothing like that, it's just put it on and it pairs. So personally, the Energy quick release, this is probably the best quick release system on the sim racing market at the moment. This blows Fanatec quick releases out of the water and into space as far as my opinion is concerned. And obviously this means that you can buy the quick release online because it's a pretty standard QR, so you can attach any wheel you want as long as it fits and then throw it onto your base. So your options are plentiful because of the quick release choice that they have chosen for their wheelbases. How they get power to the wheel is pretty interesting, as you can imagine that the motor shaft can spin freely. If there were cables directly attached to the end of it where the contact patches are and you attach your wheel, those cables would get tangled. So for it to be able to spin freely, they use inductive coupling, which is like a transformer in a transformer or a transformer on the other end. So basically you can get electricity from one end to another without the need for cables, and just using kind of inductance to get the electricity into another coil without having to actually get into the rotor of the shaft, if you get me. So this means that power gets from the end of the shaft without relying on cables, so you can spin it to your heart's content, and I just thought it's a pretty cool fact and some of the cool technology that goes into these wheels. The build quality of this wheel is on par with its price point. If anything, the quality does exceed its price. The first thing you will notice is the weight. Like any normal DD wheelbase, it's heavy, but that's fine. It's important for gear like this to feel deliberate, purposeful, and just downright sturdy. So I'll give it to Moza, they've done well on this. It comes in a beautifully finished metal enclosure with small fins for cooling. It has the Moza logo on the sides and is just a pleasure to hold. The way the shaft is connected to the base is rock solid. There's zero play and just reminds you that you are holding a quality product and a stable and sturdy one, which is so important for racing, as we all know. One thing I'm not a fan of is, and this is just my personal preference thing, and this is completely subjective to my taste, it's the plastic on the back. While I've no doubt the product has been carefully thought about, and don't get me wrong, the finish on this plastic is perfect. It meets the body almost seamlessly. The logo imprint on it, the way it goes around the connection ports on the back, excellent. And the connection ports themselves are absolutely rock solid, so love that. But it can be slightly underwhelming realizing that a decent portion of the wheelbase body is made from plastic. Personally, I'd love to see the metal body continue the whole way back and maybe slightly larger cooling fins to promote even more cooling and getting rid of temperature, and to give the unit the feel and look of a direct drive wheel. Comparing to the market and Moza's competitors, DDs have an indestructible look to them. Taking a look at SimMagic's Tyler Wang, who mentioned in an interview how they strive on making their wheelbases look and feel bulletproof, which I can confirm that they do, but they're also more expensive, hence why the plastic parts here could be cost-saving measures. Please let me know in the comments down below if this is an issue for you, or am I just being picky? Now this is just the way I feel, but I'd love to hear your voices, and I'm sure Moza would too. If Moza were to bring the fight to SimMagic, maybe this could be a consideration. Now I'm sure they've listened before, because at one point this wheel actually had a plastic bit on the front too that went around the shaft, and it was kind of on the front of the base, and they removed that for a much better sexy custom front plate, which is a continuation of the metal body, so definitely moving in the right direction. But this would be my only negative point, as I have to say about the body of the base, these are just my opinions, but the fact is, comparing the build quality against the price of a little over €400, Moza is really giving us a great deal. And as far as bang for buck is going right now, Moza are in the sweet spot, bringing high-end gear to people at affordable prices. We only have to think back a while ago and think of the big companies that were charging extortionate prices for this kind of technology. So to have companies come and just be able to bring, you know, borderline top-end gear, you know, smooth direct drive high power wheelbases at really affordable prices, that can't be oversaw. So again, anyone innovating in the space, anyone being super competitive and aggressive with their prices and banging out new products, basically, you know, lowering the price of all the gear in the market whilst hiring up the quality, you know, they have my respect in any way. So in relation to power and kind of drive, and the power that this base puts out is 9 Newton meters, and compared to my SimMagic Alpha Mini, the difference is marginal. 9 Newton meters is a stunning amount of force, and although it's not enough for me personally, as I've adapted my driving style to at least 10 Newton meters, I'm currently on the hunt for something much stronger. So even at the 10, you know, I've burnt that out for myself. So if you're coming from any of the Fanatec CSL DD range or a G29 or Thrustmaster, some of their weaker stuff, this should be your first stop, and definitely at least your first stop for considering. At 9 Newton meters, you have serious power in your hands, and the Moza Pithouse software will let you adjust everything you want just so you can get it to your liking. I'll discuss my reaction to the force towards the end of this video, but one thing I love about Moza is the fact they offer a wide range of wheelbases to cover your needs. They offer the R3 and the R3 for Xbox now too, the R5, the R9, the R12, the R16 and the R21. So there's no short of options here, folks. Like, there is loads. And although I haven't tried their stronger R16 and R21 wheelbases, I'd love to in the future and see if Moza could be a contender to become my personal ecosystem of choice. As you probably have seen, Moza have also sent me their GS V2P wheel, which I'll be pairing with this wheelbase, and I'm also running the SRP pedals by Moza too, which may get a review of their own in the future too. Connecting this to my sim rig was a pleasure, with the bolts underneath and a quick download and firmware update. I kid you not, 5 minutes I was out on track. Driving with the wheelbase is phenomenal. The power is all in your hands and the delivery of the torque is great. I noticed that the temperatures did rise on the body of the base, and to be honest, the small size of it and its cooling capabilities regarding, surface area, that this was no surprise. But as I have been driving with this base maxed out to suit my needs, and while it got hot, this is completely normal for any wheelbase, and it never exceeded concerning temperatures. So for its little size, the small dude can really get rid of the heat. In relation to how the force feedback felt, the fidelity of the wheel is excellent. It can be adjusted to extract the most feeling you want out of this base, which is a lot, or you can smooth it out for a more realistic power steering effect. So it's all in your hands with the software. You can adjust damper, friction, you can the wheel speed, the return rate, the torque, the overall torque, and then you can kind of manipulate these in a way and get lots of different combinations of feeling. So at the end of the day, it is just a motor, but you do have a lot of control on your side with the Moza Pithouse software about how you want to optimize this motor to suit your needs. My conclusion on this review would be a simple one, and it has been a simple review. I just want to just the straight stuff, just deliver it to you, anything I thought was worth mentioning. But my conclusion is, if you're looking for a wheelbase that gives excellent power, is of good quality, and from a brand with lots of options in their ecosystem, you'll be pleased with Moza. I've had this here, absolutely, I was stunned by it. It was perfect. Everything was nice. The packaging was great. The product, the presentation, actually using it felt amazing. And for the price point compared to that feeling of amaze and just awe, they do hit the nail on the head there. They're super aggressive with pricing, so it means at for like price, they obliterate their competition, which granted is probably their objective, but an objective well accomplished. So considering that these guys do offer mid to high range gear at very affordable pricing, it's definitely worth your consideration. And again, I will stress that these opinions are all just my own. I'm not here to sell it, I'm not here to do anything. There's going to be a link to Moza's website down below. It's not even an affiliate link. Just looking to give you guys my opinion to help make a better product for them and to help you guys make an informed decision if you are on the hunt for a new wheelbase. So hopefully you enjoyed this review. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about it. Guys, thanks very much for watching. Happy hunting.